Any updates on where we're at with this stalemate?
Well, the discussions continue. You know, they're ongoing. I get the sense that President Cullerton over in the Senate is interested in some compromises and trying to get something done. That's been helpful. In fact, we've tried to incorporate most of his ideas into our 6 pieces of legislation that we've introduced to push reforms. Unfortunately, at this point, Speaker Madigan has shown no real interest in any compromises. He is standing by just his idea to have this unbalanced budget and try to force me to do a tax hike on the people of Illinois, and I'm just not willing to do that. I'm not going to talk about revenue unless and until we get reforms that are good to grow our economy and to get good government service in there. Term limits, redistricting reform, property tax freeze, and local control of property taxes, and then job creation reforms around workers' comp and tort reform. Unfortunately, Speaker Madigan doesn't like those reforms, even though they're good bipartisan reforms, because they go at the power of him and his Chicago machine, so he's reluctant to bring them up. He's refused to let the legislature even vote on any of our 6 bills. He passed 530 bills in the spring, but we won't vote on the 6 that we're asking in terms of getting the state turned around. So we're at a stalemate at the moment. It's hard to know how long this will go on. The Speaker seems to want to have state social services impacted. I know when we fixed the 2015 budget, you know, when I first came into office in January, there was a $1.6 billion deficit. I went to the General Assembly and said, hey, we've got to fix this or the state's going to run out of money in a few months. We had an agreement on how to do it within the first week or two, but then the Speaker wouldn't let it get implemented for 7 weeks because he actually wanted to have the child care services impacted as kind of cover and as pressure within the General Assembly to vote for the budget repairs. And my sense is he wants people impacted with social services cuts this summer as cover for him and as pressure before he'll vote on anything having to do with reform. So I don't know how long the Speaker Madigan is going to hold out. I hope it's not too much longer, because the reality is I don't want to have to see services impacted. I want the government to continue to function, but we've got to have reforms. We've got to do the right thing for the people of the state, so the government's working for their benefit again.